shapes and sizes. As I say, get your cameras ready because this is a wonderful photographic opportunity. We'd like you to share all your pictures if you'd like to go to the Midlands Air Festival Instagram page. It's like water in a stream flowing across the pebbles in the bottom of the stream. It's like a liquid, and we're basically using those small eddies and currents as we climb and descend to basically steer where the balloon needs to go. Phenomenal location for ballooning. I think you'll agree this, you cannot get any better than this. Beautiful summer's morning and a sky full of colour. There goes Yeli, our elephant. Packed his trunk and off he goes. And you'll also notice all the vehicles that bring the balloons in. Once the balloon flies, all the vehicles then chase after them because it's very important that you can fly your balloon, but you need the help of your crew. A balloon can fly over anything, but obviously the retrieve crew then have to follow the road, and they have gone quite a long way and they're staying at altitude, getting those faster winds to take them where they want to go. And again, once they've flown for long enough, they'll come down low and basically then find themselves a nice field to land in. We have another one of our cow balloons. His Patch here, he flies here all the time and he knows this area very well. He's obviously staying here low within the park. Everyone's over playing by the lake, and there's a lovely field the other side of it, and quite a few of the balloons have decided that that's a good place to land as well. Little vents in the side of the balloon, just sort of behind his shoulders there. And these are called rotation vents. And the pilot is able to pull a rope in the basket, and there's a little valve in the side. It's like a little mini jet engine. And it allows the pilot to rotate the balloon, which is particularly useful so you can rotate it to see exactly where you're going. Passengers in the balloon were a sheep, a duck, and a chicken. Sure enough, the balloon flew, landed safely. The sheep, the duck, and the chicken you're seeing today, is you cannot really steer it. You cannot predict where it's going, and you certainly cannot. An English guy called Giffard, who finally realized that he needed some form of propulsion, and they tried all sorts of things like oars and wings and back on the Champs-Élysées, and therefore won his million French francs. And those airships became the predominant form of aviation. It was the only form of intercontinental flight, eaten away at as aircraft technology improved, duration and time and size and reliability. And in 1936, when the Hindenburg airship, the world's largest one ever built, in those days, a blowtorch, a big blowtorch, the kind that they use for burning the lines off the road in when you're changing all the white and yellow lines. But it still wasn't powerful enough. It was he who, there are some vertical tapes that go from the top of the balloon to the bottom of the balloon. These are made of nylon, they're very strong, and then the panels fill in between. And the reason for that is that if you get a hole in the balloon, people say if a bird lands on top and pecks a hole, the balloon doesn't notice it. It doesn't know. The volume is so big, it doesn't make any difference, rather than being blown sideways.
Right, here we go.
Now there's a big hole in the top of the balloon. It's meant to be there. This big hole is a valve, and in that valve there is a plug, effectively. Now, if you want to get involved in ballooning, we always say to people, we're always looking for people to come and get involved and join in. So there's a demonstration of control for you. Huge special shaped balloon like that. 110,000 cubic feet of hot air. Under perfect control of the pilot. We'll be here this afternoon. We've got some amazing displays. Yesterday was absolutely superb, and we're looking forward to yet another day of brilliant air shows here at Midlands Air Festival 2024.
Post Pearl Harbor, but all aircraft were withdrawn to Australia because of the fall of the Philippines and all of the intervening islands. This aircraft took the fight to Germany. 17th of August 42 was the first United States Army Air Force mission over Europe when 12 B-17Es of the 97th Bomb Group, led by Major Paul Tibbets with General Ira Eager as observer, attacked the marshalling yards at Rouen. Paul Tibbets went on later in the war to pilot the B-29 Enola Gay and dropped the first atomic bomb in the history of mankind. Many versions of this aircraft, prolific numbers. The bomb bay doors open there, as you can see. You can actually walk between the rear and the front fuselage by coming over a catwalk in the middle of that bomb bay. And for anyone that's done that, it's a bit 15 variants, built by Boeing, Douglas and the Vega division of Lockheed Aircraft. Some of the people who were involved in that, some of the famous names. Gene Roddenberry, the producer and creator of Star Trek. He was on B-17s, as was Tom Landry as a B-17 pilot. Tom Landry later being famous for the Dallas Cowboys. Just see the ventral turret there sticking out below the fuselage. Very, very cramped machine gun position, 250 calibers. The gunner would actually climb into this, what was known as a ball turret, and then that was lowered down clear of the underside of the fuselage to prevent attacks from that ventral location. That is Wright-Patterson Air Force Base at Dayton, Ohio. The UK basically a huge aircraft carrier during the Second World War. And that a tribute to all of those who lost their lives flying in B-17s to protect the UK and take back the continent. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Sally B. If you can see the aircraft, I can see them moving around. They require a lot of strength, but they forget the fact that they are standing in something like up to 200 km/h wind. Involved in the design and the perfection of that.
To a handstand, but now the girls, that's Emma on the blue aircraft. She's swiveled sideways, and that's just her stomach muscles. You can also see that both Emma and Kirsten are waving away.
You saw that snap just of the rig.
You swivel that back round. I mean, it takes a long time to actually make it work. The First World War, when pilots were able to buy some aircraft quite cheaply but still wanted to keep flying, so they would fly around the country persuading people to fly in the aircraft 120 miles an hour, and then they described the arc of a beautiful barrel roll, which is if you were going around the inside of a barrel.
This is looking like a very simple maneuver, and yet to get it perfect with somebody on the wing is quite hard.
It's definitely something that pilots are really aware of as part of the training, and perform a strict level display in front of your friends and family. It's a huge amount of fun. It will wake you up, put sunshine in your tummy. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give them a big wave. This is called the goose.
How about a big ragly Mexican wave from right to left?
So anyone who can look at that closely will now see their moving position yet again for what the team are now calling reverse goose, where they will be hanging from the back of the rig. So so as they turn around, they're going to move position again. This time they're going to be moving into the arabesque. So many other countries where they have wowed the crowds and brought delight to everyone who's seen them. So the arabesque, everybody, give them a wave. For anyone who wants to try that, just try that at home. Use your staircase banister as your pole